Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to share with you the 5 things that I now spend my money on to be a better woman. I used to spend my money very differently, and I've now redirected and shifted my focus and my whole identity really, and it's been a long time coming. So a lot of these are things that I used to spend my money on, but within the last year, I've definitely kind of shifted my focus and prioritized these things a lot more than maybe I ever have before. So if you enjoy this type of content and if you've enjoyed the videos that I've been putting out recently, especially in regards to women's health, wellness, up-leveling your life, and just living a lot more of a purposeful, healthy overall life, I would really love it if you would consider joining me here for more regular chats. So this point number 1 is kind of an overarching theme of delegation, but the specific point that I want to touch on is my cleaning service. And I know that may seem very strange and like, how is a cleaning service made you a better woman? I think it's because it's given me and it's freed up a lot more of my time to focus on what I enjoy, what I like doing, and just what I'm good at. I could have very easily delegated somebody to, redo my garden and put my plants in. I didn't, because I enjoy that. It lifts me up inside. It makes me happy. Cleaning my house does not. That's just a personal thing. I don't enjoy cleaning my house. I mean, to be honest, I do. My boyfriend thinks I'm crazy. I clean before and after the cleaners come. Like, I do a little mini organized tidy up, and I do some cleaning after them, because what I've learned about myself is nobody can clean just how I like to clean. However, I don't like to clean. I have a team of cleaners, there's 3 of them, and they come to my house every fortnight to clean my house. It takes them anywhere from 2 to 3 hours a fortnight, and that's 3 of them. So if I was to do it by myself, math brain coming at you, if I was to do it by myself, it would take me anywhere from 6, 8 hours a fortnight. Of course I do clean, like I said, but a real deep clean, I prefer to have a team do that. If you work in a team, maybe you're a manager, you delegate quite often. You delegate a lot of tasks to your team, but maybe you never considered things that you could delegate in your household or your family or just your personal life that might actually free up a lot more time, stress, and energy for you to focus on things that you genuinely enjoy and that genuinely make you happy and that genuinely allow you to be more stress-free or more creative or just enjoy life more. I'm a really big believer in delegation, and especially if you can afford to do so, getting a cleaning service has just been really great. So number 2, the thing that I spend my money on that I think's made me a better woman is subscription services. Now, just hear me out. I'm not talking about having 10 different streaming services like Netflix, Paramount, Amazon Prime, things like that. I have a few of those, but I try to focus more on subscriptions and services that better my education and better my mind and just my general knowledge. So I'm a really big lover of the subscription Masterclass. This isn't sponsored, although I really wish it was. I have been using Masterclass for years. I love it. It's something I'd highly recommend. If you're interested in watching courses from experts in the field, in chosen fields, I have had Masterclass for a few years now, and even things that I never thought I had any interest in, I find myself watching. Like a few months ago, I watched an entire wine tasting masterclass and how to understand wine and the palate and the tastes and how to talk about wine. I've watched one on advertising, commercials. I watched one on gardening before I got into gardening. I watched one on philosophy not long ago. I even watched one on Texas barbecuing, and I've never wanted to go to Texas more, and I've never wanted to start barbecuing more. Even things like Audible, okay? Again, not sponsored. I have worked with them before. I love Audible. No, I'm not at all saying that you need to cancel any subscription that's not educational. I love me some Netflix, okay? I recently subscribed to Paramount Plus. Will I keep it? I don't know. We all need some mindless downtime, things like that, but I also tried to balance it out with some educational content from time to time. Number 3, this is a big one that I only just got into this year, and it is I joined a wellness club. And I'm basically saying it's a fancy word for a gym, but it's better than a gym. So if you enjoy fitness and if you enjoy strengthening your body and your mind and taking care of your body like that, and you are part of a gym, I would really recommend, especially if you've been in the same gym for 5 years and you're not feeling it. I went to a gym before that, and it was just a really basic stock standard gym. It was quiet, and that's what I wanted at the time actually. I wanted a really small, quiet gym that I could go to, that most time I went there was no one there. It had really basic equipment. But I got to the point this year where I wanted to invest more in a lifestyle. And the place I'm at now it's a gym, but it's also more of a wellness center. It's a lifestyle, it's a club, if you will. And this is something that I've been really enjoying. And of course it's probably it's over double what I was paying at the other gym, but I can see the value in that, because not only do I get a gym with like really great equipment, this gym has so much equipment, so much more than the other gyms I've ever been to. It's also got like a relaxation area. It's got a steam room, it's got a sauna, it's got a jacuzzi, hot tub kind of thing. It's got like a cold plunge section, and it's even got like a cafe. It's got a really nice fireplace. It's got tennis courts, it's got squash courts, it's got an indoor pool, it's got an outdoor pool with like deck chairs and stuff. And to me, it encompasses so much more of a lifestyle than it's not just a gym, it's a lifestyle. I spent Sundays there with not only myself, but other people, you know, winding down in the jacuzzi, letting out the stress of the week. I've spent time there with people at the gym, and I can definitely see myself being there in summer by the pool, hanging out, relaxing, getting some food from the cafe. Maybe if you're feeling a bit like meh with your gym, you know, maybe you kind of like looking to mix it up or switch up a little bit. I definitely recommend looking for a new gym, or even trying to look for more of like a wellness club, like center in that sense. You know, this place has everything. Probably one of the best gyms in my city. To me, it's an investment in not only my physical health, but my mental, my emotional health, and my social health. You know, at the other gym I was going to, there was no one ever there. It was just me. Whereas this place, it's just got a lot more of a vibe happening, you know, it's a little bit more social. And this is something I want to leave you with as well. If you are single, and say if you've been single for like a really long time, and if you've been at the same gym for a long time, maybe consider switching it up. I do think the gym is one of the greatest places to meet people, whether they be, you know, romantic people or friends. At the very little, you know, if you joined a different gym, you could at the very least use some different equipment that maybe you've never used before, or even make some new friends, or even at the most, maybe you could meet a really cute guy that you could date, or even the love of your life. Okay, so number 4, this is actually a follow-on point from a tip that I mentioned in my most recent video. I'm going to have that one linked if you haven't seen it. I did talk about healthy habits and healthy habits to incorporate into your life, and this is a follow-on from that. So I mentioned in that video that I have invested in locally and seasonal produce like fruit and veg. And another thing that I've recently changed in my life, and something that I think is making me a healthier, better person. Again, if you don't eat meat, like just skip this point, okay? If you're a vegan, vegetarian, feel free to just like, you know, tune out for a moment. I've even switched up the type of meat and proteins that I like to consume. I've now moved to hormone-free and 100% grass-fed meats, and I've also moved to more wild-caught fish and less farmed fish. This is just obviously a preference for me, but I feel like if I'm going to eat animal protein, I want to be eating the best sources and the best quality that I can. So I also again found a meal delivery service, because I don't know, maybe if you're in America, it might be a little bit easier, but there are a few little bits and pieces, like a few brands that I found of hormone-free and grass-fed meats, but I didn't have a lot of variety at my local supermarket, and I didn't really want to be driving like 30 minutes to a different grocery store. So I get all my meat in a meal delivery service that comes once a month, and it's just like my entire meat for the month, and it's frozen, and then, you know, I defrost it and whatnot. I honestly can't tell you if it makes me any healthier. I don't know. I mean, I've only been doing it for like a month, but I definitely feel like a better person by being more intentional about the things that I choose to put into my body. Okay, so number 5, maybe a little bit more superficial, some would argue, but I definitely do see, and I do believe in the importance of really great and good quality skincare. I spend a lot of money on my skincare. And maybe if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen the wacky red light devices that I've come on with, and you know, I do have a very extensive skincare routine, and a lot of the products I use are not products that influencers chat about or influencers are sponsored by. A lot of the products I use don't actually sponsor influencers, or don't pay for their advertisement in that type of way. The products I use are really high quality, and you know, they don't really rely on influencers for their marketing, and weirdly I like that. I don't know why. Remember when the beauty community was like popping off? I think we've all been there. Maybe you weren't, maybe you were, but let me know. I spent so much money on my makeup. Like I was constantly buying more like new makeup all the time. I hardly buy, like the only time I buy new makeup now is when something's run out, or I need something, I need to replace something. I don't just buy makeup for the sake of buying makeup anymore. I used to do that a lot in my early 20s, but I'm at the point now where I've found what I like, I've found what works for me, and I've broken out of that belief of and just like, I guess I'd call it a trap. I mean, some people enjoy spending their money that way, but like I don't need 7 eyeshadow palettes, okay? If I've got like a collection of colors that I like and I know work for me, and I've got a specific style of makeup that I like to wear, if I know what products I like, I'd rather buy them. I've made this mistake a few times in the past where just an example, I've got a mascara that I love. It's the best mascara in my opinion for my eyelashes. And every time it runs out, maybe I buy a different one. I always regret it. I'm like, why did I buy that? Why? I should have just stuck with what I know I love. So I no longer buy new makeup unless it runs out. Like I said, I'm very happy with the makeup I have and the style in which I do it. I wear very little makeup now. I purposely don't wear a lot of makeup. I prefer not to. And I'd rather put that money towards my skincare and the health of my skin with beauty treatments and with specific products and with specific devices. I do really, really love spending and investing in my skin because it's, to me, it's our largest organ, isn't it? Is our skin our largest organ? I just think when you have healthy skin, when you have good skin, you look healthy, you look radiant, you glow. When you have good skin, you glow. And when you have good skin and when you take care of your skin, you don't feel the need to cover it up with as much makeup. Please share with me in the comments down below what you spend your money on that makes you feel like a better woman. I would love to hear what some of those are for you. I'm gonna have another one linked for you right here. If you haven't had enough of me just yet, feel free to join me over there. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.